Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, Basic Economics with Joseph. Today's topic of discussion is going to be about BRICS. No, ladies and gentlemen, not the kind of bricks where you take and you throw them at somebody or the kind you use to build a house. I am talking about the acronym BRICS, which stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So why are these countries, BRICS nations, so important? Well, for one, they represent a lot of the world's GDP or economies. But number two, one thing that they did, and this is the most important thing, is they are formulating a reserve currency that's away from the dollar, that is backed by a commodity. And ladies and gentlemen, what do you think that commodity is backed by? Gold. Since 2008, countries around the world, or shall I say central banks around the world, have been purchasing gold at an exponential rate, more than any time in history. Why? Because they know that the dollar's days are numbered. And so these BRICS nations are basically getting ready for that transfer of wealth. And it's not just those nations that are trying to join. It's also a few more. And they are, you have Algeria, Argentina, Iran, Turkey, Egypt, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Senegal, Thailand, and UAE, United Arab Emirates. And the most important one of all, in my personal opinion, is Saudi Arabia. Why is that? Well, very simply, ladies and gentlemen, since 1971, when the petrodollar was created, this is what made the dollar this is why countries have to use the dollar. Because why? The petrodollar. Basically, oil is sold in dollars. So, but here's the thing. If Saudi Arabia joins BRICS and they start to trade, whether it be ruble or more than likely it's going to be China yuan, for using their currency to trade oil, it's over for the dollar, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the thing. Recently, the president of China and the king of Saudi Arabia have had a meeting together discussing just that. So it's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And honestly, I don't blame these nations. They're just protecting themselves and getting rid of dollars as fast as they can because they know that all fiat currencies fail. And so where does that transfer of wealth go to? It goes back to sound money. And this is just, and ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing right now is just history in real time. Time and time again. Throughout history, it has always gone from, the pendulum has always gone from quantity currency, or governments and central banks can print as much as they want, and it always goes back to sound money, or shall I say quality money. And you're starting to see that now, ladies and gentlemen. That pendulum is up at the pinnacle, but now it's slowly coming down. So let me give you an example that this is working. A year ago, the Russia put before, I don't remember exactly, excuse me, but I don't know exactly the time frame. I don't know if it was before Russia invaded Ukraine or after. But the United States had put sanctions on Russian oil trade to Europe. Well, what happened was it basically it had two alternatives. It crashed the Russian ruble, but at the same time it put strains on Europe. But who do you think the European companies or corporations passed that strain to in order, because now oils can be hard to come by? Well, they passed it down to the people. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, when governments put a strain on corporations and businesses, obviously the businesses have to make up it some way, and so you can't blame the business. They're just playing the hand they're dealt. But that strain went down to the people, and you saw mass protest in Italy and Germany and France and a bunch of other nations. However, this is what happened. When the people get angry about that, they start to speak up. Well, what do you think Europe did? Europe was like, well, you know what? Our people are angry at us. They actually started to buy the oil from Russia, but not in dollars. They bought it in ruble. And if you were on the Forex, the foreign exchange, and you caught that, you would have made bank. I didn't catch it. It's too bad. But the ruble went like this, boom, boom, and it stabilized. Why? Is because the Russian ruble, ladies and gentlemen, is actually backed by gold. Not 100% yet, but they have had many conversations about it. I think it was $85 to a gram or something. I don't exactly remember. Please don't quote me on it. But it is back. It is back. They were talking about backing it by some type of gold. But that's what you're seeing, ladies and gentlemen. You're now starting to see that transfer of wealth from westernized nations to the East. All right. And it's happening in real time. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't blame these nations. They're just playing the hand they're dealt. All fiat currencies eventually go back to their real intrinsic value of zero. And they have been for thousands of years. So anything this is what's going to happen. And it's happening right now in real time. Any currency or any dollar denominated asset, whether it be in cash or crypto, stocks, bonds, is going to go to zero. First, it'll be all the other world's currencies, the shilling, the cedis, the euro. They'll all go to zero first, and then it's going to be followed by the dollar. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, so people are going to lose everything because most people have their nest egg locked up in dollars. That'll be your 401k or your pension or any of those type of things. You're going to lose everything. All right. It is what it is. I'm sorry. All right. This is not fear mongering, ladies and gentlemen. This is just understanding fiat currencies. Well, remember, ladies and gentlemen, wealth is never destroyed. It is merely transferred. And I'm not telling you to do this, but if anything that's tangible assets, hard assets, that wealth is going to come towards you. And it's always been that way throughout history. Those who had the businesses and the land and the real estate and the food and the gold and the silver, those people have always gained the wealth. It's just now in the last 100 years or so that we are able to put our money into stocks and bonds and other assets like that. But ladies and gentlemen, that transfer of wealth is coming, and it's up to you if you want to be a victim or a beneficiary. Now, the sad thing is, it's going to be at the cause of others losing everything, and I don't want that to happen. Which is why I try to educate as many people as I come across paths with. But ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing history in real time. You can research the BRICS nations for yourself. And more and more countries are starting to want to join BRICS because they know what's around the corner. But best thing I can tell you is to, like I always say, is to self-educate and educate others. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a very good day.